Hey everyone, Lee here. This video is about a candidate for the Republican Party for the presidency election in 2012, Michele Bachmann. It's been recently reported on The Daily Show, and I'll provide a link to this. It's been recently reported about her views on homosexuality, hence why she's very popular. She's one of the front runners to run against Obama for the 2012 election. And these are her views on homosexuality. I'm not joking. This is another human being's views on homosexuality. If you're involved in a gay and lesbian lifestyle, it's bondage. It's personal bondage, personal despair, and personal enslavement. And that's why this is so dangerous. It's a very sad life. It's part of Satan, I think, to say that this is gay. It's anything but gay. Exactly, that is just appalling. Oh, it gets even better. Her husband runs a therapy centre for people and, deals with people's mental illness and everything. And I'm not joking, he tries to cure people from being gay. I'm really not joking here. And the fact that a person like this has so much support in America, so in Iowa even, one of the key presidential states, actually, it's meant to be a key state for the presidential elections, the fact that that person has so much support, it just shows that a lot of Americans are still behind with the times and still old-fashioned and still don't accept that gay people have equal rights. Now, they were behind the times with, obviously, black people as well, as we all were. And so some American people are still... I know there are... This is not to, have a go at all Americans. I know there are a lot of Americans that accept, gay people have the same rights as them. But, there are still some... conservative Americans that don't believe in gay rights, and the fact that someone running for president who has a lot of support is actually got these views, and the fact that her husband runs a therapy to try and cure gay people, from their illness of being gay, and and when asked, what if your teenager said if they were gay, he replied that, well, you've got to try and understand that it's kind of barbaric, and barbarians need to be educated, they need to be disciplined. The fact that he called teenagers who have gay thoughts barbaric and they need to be disciplined and basically beat it out to them, it's just appalling. It's completely just disgusting. It'd be like something like, someone the BNP would come out here and say that. It would be the equivalent, he said, well, he understood they were curious, but their thoughts were barbaric. This is all shown on the Daily Show episode, which I'll provide a link to. And these are just my thoughts on the fact that there could be a president, in 2012 that has anti-gay views like David Cameron does. And people say, well, no, he's liberal, he's modern. No, he isn't. In a Gay Times interview, I'll provide a link to this as well, he couldn't, our Prime Minister couldn't, support banning, legislation from Lithuania that would oppose gay people's rights. And the Gay Times interviewer asked him, are you going to get your MEPs to vote against this? And he says, well, I don't tell my MEPs what to do. Well, surely they're part of your party, they should toe the party line. If the party line is that you believe in equality, then get your MEPs to toe the party line. And it just shows he doesn't believe in equality, because if he really believed in it, it'd be a no-brainer. But he struggled to even answer a question. He's usually good in PR, and he was put on the spot, and he couldn't answer a simple question about gay rights. And it's just quite worrying that the people running our country and potentially the people running America, could take back, take us back to the 1950s in terms of people's views on gay rights. And unfortunately, even though we live in the 21st century, there are still people like Michele Bachmann, her husband David Cameron. There's still people like them who don't see that gay people are as equal as anyone else. And I just find it absolutely disgusting that any other human being could think like this. If you were a decent human being, you wouldn't have anything against gay people. I'm sorry, but you wouldn't. And a lot of people say, well, it's Christianity, or it's in the Bible, it's in the Bible. Well, that actually defames Christianity. I know a lot of Christians that, support gay rights. I know a bisexual Christian. I've said this before in the views of gay marriage, and in the fact that why don't we have gay marriage here? We're still a bit behind with the times here, and it just shows in America they are as well. A lot of behind with the times. I mean, certain states they do have gay marriage, which is good, but because they put gay marriage in Iowa, it's a Democratic. I think it's a Democrat state at the moment, and a lot of people in Iowa are opposing it, so that's why Michele Bachmann's so popular there. And like I said, I'll provide the link from Day Show, and it just appalls me that, she's that accepted in America. No one's even questioning that someone like with views like that should be running, for as president of America. I mean, Obama's, okay, I know he himself is probably not a strong supporter of gay rights, but he got rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the military, which is a great piece of legislation because, it's a necessary piece of legislation they had to put through, because it doesn't matter if someone in the military is openly gay. They serve, the American forces. Anyone that serves in the army is, they're some of the bravest people in the world, and so it shouldn't matter that they're gay. It really shouldn't. And it just really annoys me that, with a Conservative Prime Minister we've got and a potentially Republican President, in terms of equality, it's not looking good. But yeah, I just wanted to point out, and if any Americans happen to watch this video, I urge you to condemn Michele Bachmann. Any decent American that believes in, equality and rights for all. That's what America was founded on. The fact that everyone had equal rights and everyone, had the same rights because it was a democracy. And I just urge any American that considers voting Republican just to really consider again, because there's still people like that in the party. It's quite appalling, really. And I mean, I know a lot of Americans probably say, yeah, but the Democrats say they've run the country into the ground economically in the last 3 years. But actually, if you go back to George Bush's era, he actually ran up a lot of that debt. Quite shockingly for a Conservative, he wasn't that fiscal, he wasn't that tight with money. He just spent a lot on, foreign wars, and he had tax cuts for the rich, which, by looking at the American debt crisis talks, it looks like they're going to keep some of those tax cuts for the rich, because the Republicans have a lot of control in America now since the midterm. So yeah, no, this video was basically just pointing out that person who's running for president in America and the fact that she's quite popular. I urge any American to spread this video to expose her for what she really is, a disgusting excuse for a human being, and so is her husband as well. I'm sorry, but any person that doesn't believe in gay rights, well, what is wrong with you? Sorry. That's my opinion. Like I said, I'll provide the link to the Daily Show episode. I'll also provide a link to the clip of David Cameron not quite agreeing with gay rights. So yeah, this is my view on things. If people want to debate with me on this, then I'm open to debate. But like I said, I spread this message again. I urge every American, every decent American, to condemn this person and just to stop her running for president, because you can't have someone like that. I mean, we have someone like that running, Britain, but you can't have someone like that running America. You just can't, especially when America seems to be, getting with the times on it. Certain states, like I said, are passing gay marriage, and someone like that in charge of the country, well, they'll just go back years. So yeah, that's my message. So thank you for watching. This is my rambling thoughts on it, and I hope to have a good debate on this. Okay, thanks, bye.